Hey guys, welcome back to the showroom here at Velocity. If you've watched the news recently, you'll know that we had a real cold spell. We had about 8 inches of snow. So it's still cold. I've got my jacket on today, but we want to talk about this Seafoam metallic Bronco. And so when the sun comes back out, this is going to be the perfect truck to take down to the beach. If you haven't watched these videos before, what we do is we walk around the vehicle as if you were here with me in the showroom. Let's get started. We'll start by talking about the paint color. This is Seafoam metallic. It is a really nice color, one of our most popular new colors for Fords. We've done it on the Broncos, F250s, F100s. We've even done it on a couple of Mustangs, and it just looks fantastic. It's got a real nice metallic fleck to it, and it's very much a middle between very much a light blue with a splash of green in there. Anyway, it is absolutely gorgeous, and of course set off by this Ranger package, the white accents. We're going to get onto the specific details of that in a minute. We'll start at the front of the truck, and you're going to notice that you've got a lot of that two-tonality going on. Wimbledon white paint for the grille and the front bumper as part of that Ranger package. For lights, we've done the Holley Retro Bright. These are an LED light, but they look like an old halogen lamp. That's really nice. On the hood here, you've got the Ranger stripe, as well as obviously that Seafoam paint. So front end of this truck looks very classic. That's the idea of the Ranger package, a very classic look, a very classic aesthetic. Let's come around the side of the vehicle then and keep talking about some of those elements for the Ranger package. Most obvious thing is going to be this side stripe. It is a decal, so it's not painted on. It's a decal that's on there. The reason it's a decal is because of the location. Obviously, there's a lot of traffic and dirt that can get in these places around the wheel arches, the lower side of the truck, and so a decal makes it much easier to replace if you do get stone chips and things like that. It almost acts like a mini PPF, so that's why we do a decal for the Ranger stripe here on the side. For wheels, we've got the white Steelies. They come as part of that Ranger package as well. They look really nice. They just set this truck off, especially with that Seafoam. We've got standard chrome trim options on here, so OEM side mirrors, OEM door handles, they're really nice. Another part of that Ranger package is going to be the white roll cage. On this truck, we went with a 4-point cage, more classic look, and you've got a white bikini top up there too. Coming around the back of the vehicle then, again, the tailgate has some nice features that come as part of that Ranger package, the main one being this Ford lettering. We've got the details in there with the orange pinstripe and then the white or Wimbledon white color for the Ford lettering, so that's really nice. Velocity build badge, rear bumper is also Wimbledon white. We'll drop the tailgate so you can quickly see the load area. And for these Seafoam trucks, what we tend to do is tint this Raptor lining, which is on the underside and all of the lower areas of the vehicle in a kind of Seafoam blue or green, just to match everything together. So that's really nice. You do also have the weaved floor mat in the back as well. We'll come on to those when we talk about the interior. All right, let me open up this door for you so you can see inside this truck, because it looks absolutely awesome. Again, big part and thanks to that Ranger package. Start with the door cards then, or door panels. We've got the inserts here that come as part of the Ranger package. These are a bamboo weave for the seats. They work really well because they're super breathable, but they're also super durable. And we've got a white leather. This is not vinyl. This is a white leather as part of that Ranger package. Normal OEM fittings for your door release, for your window regulator. Focal speaker system we'll come on to in a second. And of course, this vehicle does feature electric windows. So these look like old school manual winders, but they're actually electric, which is really nice. Stepping into the vehicle is super easy because it's a 4-wheel drive from Velocity. I do have a powered side step, and this disappears when you shut the door. So in a second, it will jump up. And then when you open the door again, it can pop out for you just on a pin button there. Really nice little feature, but it does make it so much easier getting up into these trucks. Seating position is really nice. I've got a lot of adjustability here. So you can go forward and back very comfortably. So if you are taller, you've got a lot of room. And the same with the steering wheel is on a tilt steering column. So lots of adjustability to get a comfortable seating position for you. Steering wheel is the wooden rim steering wheel that we use on most of our Signature Series products, Ford products. Really nice. It feels great. Of course, it looks very classic as well. Behind that, I've got a Dakota digital display for my instrument cluster. It looks classic, but actually it's all digital. And so there's a little screen in here that even gives me more information like temps and fuel range and things like that that you wouldn't have originally had on a Bronco. Let's talk about these seats seats then, of course, they are a full back seat with a headrest. And as part of that Ranger package I mentioned earlier, you get these bamboo weaved inserts. There's a couple of different colors that we do in these bamboo weaved inserts, but because of the Seafoam exterior, I picked the blue insert. So they're a gray, blue and white with a really nice light blue thread that just sticks in there. Again, like I mentioned, they are super breathable, but they also just make the vehicle look that much more classic, which is again what we go for in the Ranger package. I've got a Tuffy cubby box in the middle, really nice, sturdy piece of kit, bolted down to the floor, lockable, so if you do go to the beach or leave any valuables out, of course you can lock this in, shut this down. You've got a cushion on top here, again with that Ranger weaved insert on top, very comfortable, really nice as an armrest as you're driving. USB-C and USB 3.0 on the outside here to charge your phone or your devices, and then 2 drinks holders, which are really nice. You've still got 4-wheel drive on all of these vehicles, so these are your high and low range gear sticks here. And they also have gear gaiters that are finished in that white leather too. It's actually not a deep white, it's more of a cream, but it just works really well, again, with the exterior of this vehicle. Moving up then, you've of course got your infotainment and your AC. We'll start on the infotainment first. As part of that Ranger package, you get what we call our classic or vintage radio. What that means is it looks very, very classic. It looks like the original radios of the 60s and 70s, but of course, in standard Velocity fashion, it is actually all electronic and all new. So this has full Bluetooth capability. There's a little microphone over here so I can take calls and receive calls and things like that. You can hook your phone up to it. What I really like about this unit is you'd have to mess around with like codes or security to collect your Bluetooth up. So if you are going to pick your friends up and they want to take control of the music and be a passenger DJ, they can connect to this system really easily. It sounds fantastic as well because this vehicle, like all Velocities, features a full focal speaker system. So there's speakers in the door panels, the speakers in the back side panels, as well as underneath this seat there's a full sub. So lots of bass, really clear audio. We love the guys at Focal and we love their product. It just works very, very well. Above the infotainment, I've got my AC control, so a brand new vintage air AC system in this. Basically, it works exactly as you would expect. Very simple. I've got direction, I've got fan speed, and I've got heat and cooling. These systems, we get asked a lot about them. Hey, how good are they actually cooling, especially in an open top vehicle like a Bronco? We've used these systems in almost every single of the vehicles we've ever built. For good reason, they really, really work. So even in a non-enclosed cabin like this, when you're driving and when it's warmer in Florida, you really do feel the AC coming from the vents and it just keeps the heat off you, especially in tandem with the bikini top to give you some shade. It does make a ton of difference. So that works great. And then when it's colder as well, you do have the heat as well. It's very, very rarely cold here, but once in a blue moon, like it has been this past week, we've had snow. And so those have been super useful for the guys as they've been doing test mileage. Above that, we've got the leather dash pad, really, really nice with a matching stitch. Fantastic. And I mentioned just a second ago the bikini top. You do have that as part of this 4-point roll cage. Lots of space here above me, and this bikini top is removable, so if you want to be fully open air in the sun and the summer, you can be. And it's great. It keeps the rain off you if there's a light rainstorm, but mainly here in Florida it keeps you in the shade, so when there is a lot of sun it just keeps you cool. I think that about covers it for the interior. Okay, let's get under the hood and start talking about driveline. As always, you're going to notice straight away you've got a 3rd generation Coyote. It's a 5.0, so 5-litre V8, producing around 460 horsepower. What that means is this truck will do 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. Super, super fast, but also super reliable. So these engines are very, very serviceable. They can be serviced by any Ford dealer, really any mechanic that can plug into an OBD port and work on stuff like this. Very, very simple engine to work on because it's modern. It's super reliable, again, easy to service. It's not just about the power, it's about how you want to drive the truck every day. Behind that is a 10R80, so it's a 10-speed automatic. Again, very serviceable transmission if it ever does need servicing. Very, very easy, very smooth, easy to use. You just put it in drive and you go. When you are in the lower rev ranges and you want to put your foot down, it will drop gears really comfortably. It's just a good transmission all around for this application. For braking, you've got disc brakes all the way around this truck. They're Willwood hydro boosted disc brakes, and so you've got all the stopping power you need, because of course you can go fast with this truck. You've got to be able to stop comfortably as well, and that Willwood system allows for that. There's lots of other little things and fixtures in the engine bay. This is a completely custom set of headers, serpentine system by Velocity, just to get all of this to fit. Lots of little billet components and things that we've machined to make it all look as OEM as possible. But yeah, this is the engine bay. It's super clean. Couple of other things to note. I mentioned earlier that Raptor lining. You're going to see that here on the inside of the engine bay and all the way on the underside of the truck too. So if you were to look at this vehicle as it was being built, if you turned it on the spit, or everywhere that is not the metallic paint has been finished in that Raptor lining. So it just gives you that extra protection. Top of the firewall is gloss, underside, metallic is the paint, and underside of the hood is also painted as well, which is a really nice option. For chassis underneath this vehicle, it has the original frame that's been restored, remanufactured, made to a new condition. The great thing about this truck is because of its age, it's a pre-75, and being on that chassis, it can go to California and a couple of the other states that are a little bit more particular when it comes to chassis registration. So this vehicle is all state compliant. It can go anywhere in the USA and actually anywhere in the world pretty much with no problem. So if you are in California, which this truck would be absolutely perfect for California, don't hesitate to reach out because this truck can be registered in California, no worries. I think that about covers it for our technology and for the driveline. Basically, outside of the technical specs, what you need to know is this truck drives really well, it stops well, and it's got loads of power. This is truly a daily driving, suitable for modern roads, modern speeds, classic Ford Bronco. Very, very easy to use, easy to drive, easy to maintain. Guys, if you've watched some of the videos before, you will know that this is not the first Seafoam metallic Bronco that we've done. I've done a couple videos with trucks like these, and of course we've built a ton for customers as well, and for good reason. When you combine the Seafoam metallic with this Ranger package and these Wimbledon white accents, it just looks great. There's no two ways about it. It's a very kind of gender neutral type vehicle. It's not too manly, not too girly. Guys love it, girls love it. It's just really nice. And when you imagine this truck in the sun, by the beach, out having fun, really when the actual natural light hits it, the metallic in the paint just really pops, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. So a really great example of a classic Ford Bronco, rebuilt, restored, modified by Velocity. It is available for sale. It can be driven away today. It applies and is qualifies for our financing, so you can finance through our partners at Woodside Credit on this vehicle. It has a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty as well, as with all Velocity vehicles. So it's all of the good stuff that you would want in a product like ours. If you're interested in a classic Ford Bronco that's been restored, this could be a really good candidate. Any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you're watching on YouTube, you can leave a comment below. If you're watching on the website, feel free to pick up the phone or leave a contact form. And then of course on Instagram, send us a DM with any questions. We'll get back to you. Thank you very much for watching this video.